Good morning, this is Lisa from Low Cooking Rubber Stand. Ready for today's tutorial? Today's tutorial is 6 of the 12 project. So this month I'm actually challenging myself to come up with 12 different projects by using or at least the month special. So I'm gonna offer a great promotion for the 12 stem combos that I'm using. So this is today's tutorial. I'm going to use the A3. If you haven't got a chance to watch my other tutorials, make sure you check a Low Cooking online DVD library. Any card you like, just click the card and then it will bring you to the YouTube channel. If you like to know, am I going to have a tutorial coming tomorrow? Also visit Low Cooking online DVD library. If there's a tutorial coming out tomorrow, you get a preview to see what's the project I will be showing you tomorrow. Okay, so that's start today's tutorial. Today's tutorial is a request by one of you guys. One of you guys leave me a comment and say, Lisa, could you please show us a Slimline car? What is a Slimline car? It's actually pretty popular now. The Slimline line car is just a particular size. The size is 3.5 by 8.5. So the size is kind of long and narrow, and they fit in the number 10 envelope. So it's very easy to find the envelope, and then you don't actually have to pay the extra postage. You can send it just like a regular letter mail. Okay, so what do I come up with today's project? Are you ready? Let me show you. So this is one of the project that I come up with my design. This is the design I'm going to use. It's called is A3, and then it's so easy. And then I say, okay, I got to do something else. Otherwise, this tutorial finish like 3 minutes. So I come up with the other idea. What? This is just white, nothing special. Oh, I know. So I just wanted teasing you. So this is the one I come up with. My Slimline car, and of course every tutorial I'm going to share you some great idea, like when I make this kind of car, what kind of trouble I went through, and I would like to share with you something that, you know, for example, this car you can see is just one piece car, right? And then do you have a big die cut machine? I don't. I only have a Big Shot and Vagabond. The platform is only 6 inches wide, and then this is a 7 inch. So how I can use my die cut machine to cut the larger die cut, and without the larger platform to cut like a larger car size. So I'm gonna share with you what did I do to solve this issue, and then just a different pattern. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to teach you today. That's started. Okay, so the first we are going to have a foundation car. So this was a letter size, and I trimming three. So the Slimline car, the width is 3.5, right? So the width that will be the 7 inches, and the height will be 7 inches, and the width is going to be 8.5. So you just folding your car in half, okay, just like that. And I don't have a screwing machine, so I just use my forks. They work just awesome. And then this is a brown cardstock, and you can use the black too, so that will work just fine. So this is a 3.5 by 8.5. So that's the Slimline car measurement, and it will fit in the envelope perfectly. Okay, so this car I don't even use my stamp, because I think it's just by the silhouette it looks perfect. So I'm going to just grab my die cut, and then remember this die cut is very intricate. You don't want to spend the time to poking it, poking all little pieces, right? So remember, just use a dryer sheet, kind of rubbing the back of the die cut, and then you kind of just place your die just in the middle. You can do like a two side by side, but I found out it's just too like a too balanced. It's just boring. It doesn't have like a subject. So that's why I decide to have a one full image in the middle and the two, you know, cutting two on the side. So you going to just put your die cut there like this and then run to the machine. I will be right back. Okay, so this is what happened the first die cut, right? And I'm going to just remove my masking tape here, and then see, because I rubbing with that dryer sheet, I don't have to do anything. It actually just pop out by itself. And then you can just use a poking tool, just poking some extra pieces. That's a beautiful silhouette already, right? So this can be used a pattern just like that, and also you can just decorate the front or whatever, anything you like. I think it's a unique already, right? So, but like I say, when you are using the rubber stamp, you want your rubber stamp can do too many things, right? Also the die cut. So, and then I just thinking, okay, I want to cut more. So I was going to play my die cut here and then play my die cut there. So it's kind of boring because it's just repeating, right? So, and I say, okay, I'm going to just flip over. And then I'm going to put my die cut here and there. So kind of create a reverse image. So you just kind of line up the side of the die cut, and there's a cutting line. So that's helping you find the place. Okay, like this. And I am going to run to the machine. I'm going to cut both sides, and I will be right back. Okay, so I kind of play a little bit direction of my my die cut. So instead of like a repeat 3 times, that's very boring. I kind of rotate it and then make this image a little bit different. So that's what's look like, right? And then there's a little bit more. If you have been following my tutorial, you probably realize those die cut, they have something called a kiss cut. So I'm actually going to trimming off that little border because I want to mount on the yellow cardstock. So kind of want to create some kind of layering, and then you don't have to do anything extra. You just kind of trimming that little connection, okay, and then but your main piece die cut is still holding to each other. Okay, so you can try to use a black cardstock, but I just found out the black is a little bit too dark. See, automatically you can kind of create a layering, right? And then my brown card, remember the size, that was a 3.5 by 8.5, right? So I have to trimming a little bit on the both end to be able to mount on that yellow cardstock. So that's a piece cake. We're going to just a little bit, not too much. You can trimming it before you die cut it. I think that's maybe much easier than after you die cut it and then you want to trimming that small little space. See, you learn something every time. New experience, right? Okay, and then now we are going to just glue it. So you can decide which side you want. You can do this side or this side. Okay, so I am going to just rotate it. See the different, the little birds here, the bird here. It doesn't matter, it just make it interesting, right? You buy one stamp, but depends on how you play. You can play a little bit and then it make it look like, oh, you have too many different kind of stamp. Okay, so that's just use this white glue. Just a little bit. And I'm going to bring my secret weapon. Do you know what is my secret weapon? Okay, ready for the secret weapon? sausage finger. Okay, so I'm going to just use my finger, just rubbing those white glue. Okay, and just like that. Okay, be careful, and I'm going to just clean my surface here. And I'm going to just mount on that color cardstock. See how easy these Slimline car. Okay, so you just kind of mount on top, and then just adjust a little bit because those glue is not dry, so it's easy. And then you can kind of just use a wet cloth, clean wet cloth, kind of wipe off that extra glue. You want to do that, okay? Just wipe off, because if you don't do that, after the white glue dry, they won't leave any color, but they will leave the residue. So it kind of ugly, okay? So kind of just wipe off. That looks pretty already, isn't it? And then see, they are reversed. Okay, but if you're happy with this, I'm happy for you. But if you want to, we can add a little bit more, just a little bit touch up. It doesn't cost anything, just a little bit touch up. So I'm going to use two colors, these two, one light orange and then one darker red. I'm going to use my magic mushroom. Okay, and then kind of just rub a little bit color on top, because my front die cut is brown, right? The darker color, so you are pretty safe. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to masking. We kind of just rubbing some color on top. And then I love the Local King's Magic Mushroom, because see, those die cut, they are very intricate, right? You just glue on top because it's not brush. It's the sponge, it's a cushion. So when you do that, it's easily to blending it. You don't have to worry about the brushes. If you use brushes, sometimes the brushes go under the die cut. So that kind of, cause some issue. But I am going to just use this perfect magic mushroom to do that. So I start with a little bit orange, and then I'm going to use my red magic mushroom. Not too much, gently circling a little bit. So how do you like my first Slimline card? Fast and easy, but it looks like you spend a lot of time, and your friends say, oh, how do you do that? And you just say, oh, I spend a lot of time hand cut, see, yeah, don't let them know it only takes you 5 minutes to make their birthday card. So how do you like? Okay, ready for the next one? So the next one, we are going to use the stamp. It's not nothing very complicated, but I do have some great tips I would like to share with you. Okay, so the second one, we are going to do some coloring. You can see there is a one piece, right? But actually, I cheat a little bit, because what you can do is, not cheat, I just found a way to make it work, because I'm going to explain to you first. So you have your foundation color, black, okay, that's okay. So you have your foundation card ready, right? So this is 3.5 by 8.5. And then I'm going to show you well, you know what? Let me finish coloring first, and I'm going to show you what was the problem when I create this one. So we have to use a stamp positioner. We don't have to, but if you have one, it definitely helps, because sometimes when you stamp and they don't get a nice image. So if you have one, that's good. If you don't have one, you can watch my tutorial. I show you how to create your own stamp positioner by using DVD case. But unfortunately, the DVD case is the size, I think, is not 7 inches wide. So if you want to make a bigger card, it maybe become a little bit issue. So if you don't have it, that's okay. Just stamp and good luck. Okay, so I don't really trust those magnets, so I always just tape it. I never found out they are stick enough, so I always just tape it. And then I am actually use better quality cardstock. I use this super smooth coated incredible paper. This is a coated cardstock. It's not shining, and it does make a difference, especially if you use regular color cardstock. Please stamp 2 times, because one time you won't be able to get a nice image. So that's just do this. Okay, it's a little bit dirty, but that's okay. I didn't clean my stand. And then I am going to coloring. So I am going to just fast forward it, because it's nothing special about the coloring. Well, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to show you some coloring technique, because some of you guys maybe want to know. Okay. So I have my stamps here, and remember the first time you use a shadow stamp, you're going to use eraser to kind of erase it. And I'm going to use the Local Games marker set. You can use regular cardstock, they work just fine. I just want to show you a little bit blending. So I start with a light blue, and then I am going to add a little bit darker blue. And I'm going to add a little bit pink. Okay, and then I use my pink marker, kind of blending directly on top. And my pink color is going to pick up some darker color, right? Don't worry about that. All you have to do is just clean with wet cloth, and you will get your pink back. That's a promise. It can't go wrong. And like I say, here we can just give it a little bit blending. Make sure that borderline doesn't jump too fast. Okay. And then I'm going to have a pink and orange flower. Always try to start your foundation color, and remember when you color, no gap. Try to keep your marker on the stamp, and then those marker is totally fine if you want to do the blending. So I do the one light color and the one dark color, and then you always use your lighter color, do the blending, and then create a new color. So 2 color, 1 light color, 1 dark color. And if you find this coloring is boring, always you can fast forward it. Some of you want to see the detail coloring, some of you don't. So, but if you don't want to see it, just fast forward it, okay? Okay, that's what I do. Sometimes I watch some tutorial, it just take too long, and I just fast forward it. But some of you don't want to missing any detail, right? So I just do a little bit green. Okay, and take your time, and because they are the shadow stamp, you don't really have to worry about the outline. Just make sure you color everywhere, it will work just fine. Okay, and I'm going to color the brown. Okay, and I was kind of, you know, dotting a little bit. And then I'm going to have a little bit black on the beak, a little bit on his eyes, a little bit on the feet. And see, when I color his eyes, I really give him a big smoky eyes. No kidding. Okay, and we're going to stamp. So I have my, let me back over a little bit. So I have my stamp position already, and I have those special matte coat cardstock, and I'm going to just give a nice firm press. If you don't have a stamp positioner, just try to push a little bit harder, and then see how pretty this is it. Okay, I'm kind of picky. You can see on the little blue bird, the belly button here, still have a little bit white color. I mean, like a white. It's not completely covered. So what I can do is I'm going to just give a little bit touch out. So I'm going to just put a little bit light blue around here. You don't really have to because this is a perfect already. I'm just a little bit picky. See, that can fix that, like these branches. A little green is missing, so I am going to just kind of fix that green. Voila. Okay, so that's a good idea. If you have a stamp positioner, highly recommend it. If you don't have it, just stamping a little bit careful, you know, just push it a little bit harder, you know. See what's the color? The color looks so bright. It's because the paper, okay. Of course, because the marker is an awesome marker, but also because the quality of the paper, it does make a difference too. Okay, and then I'm going to die cut it. So, and I'm going to explain something very important here. Let me put my markers back first. Okie dokie. Okay. And then I am going to just put my die cut on top. And I know what you're going to ask me. I'm going to answer you right away. So I'm going to just put the die cut, and you can just follow the like eyes and the beak, and then make sure that little square has a color. And then we are going to do the die cut. You can do both die cut and embossing, or you can just do the die cut. Okay, so I just did the embossing, and I also ran through the machine with a piece of rubber, and I did the die cut, and also I did a little bit embossing with my rubber mat. And you can see, because I'm rubbing with that dryer sheets, this is nothing stick. It's just so easy. Okay, so that's what's look like, right? So now I know what's your question. You are going to ask me, Lisa, why don't you just stamping on your main card and that, what are you going to do with this? I did try to stamping on the main card, and I put my die cut, but my machine will not take it. You know, every machine is different, you know, especially if you have an automatic machine like a Vagabond or Big Shot. If it's too thick, you know, it's not going to work. So don't force your machine, because I actually killed one of my machine, my color box. I tried to, you know, I tried to cut through a very thick cardstock, and then my cutter bar is actually explode like that. So don't force your machine, especially you have those kind of automatic machine, they are kind of pricey. If you have a Big Shot Express, that's awesome machine, okay? It has been discontinued if you accidentally junk the machine. Send me an email. I teach you how to release your machine. You don't have to put it in the garbage. Same as the Mega Bond. If you accidentally put too thick and your machine is jammed, okay, just send me an email. I teach you how to release your machine. I don't, the Big Shot Express, that's black and pink. If you have those white one, the white one, I don't know how to do that, but if you have this issue, send me an email. I ask my husband to help me. But for the Big Shot Express, the black and pink one, and for the Vagabond, I know how to release that machine. So you cannot just put like a stamping on your card like this and the die cutter, because if you want to open it, my machine is not big enough, and if we want to close it, this is too thick, it won't work at all. And also if your machine work, it will cut through both sheets, so it is not going to happen. So what I'm going to do, what I did, and I'm going to show you how to come out with like this. I'm going to share my secret with you. Okay, so first let me finish it. Okay, let's just use this one. So this one is the same thing. I just finished coloring and die cut, and I don't want this card look so busy, so I just use my desert sand to kind of stamp two image to make this card have you know, like a main road here, right? And then you say, okay, what does she do? So she mount on that, and then how? Okay, here is my secret. First of all, you are going to need a ruler, and then you need a knife, and you probably need a pencil. Okay, so I am going to show you what I do. So you are going to actually, I usually don't need to draw the line, so you probably just do a 1/4 inches. So you're going to draw a 4 line. I actually not cheat. I did something that you won't be able, you won't even find out where is this. So I just use a ruler and then kind of cut kind of mark like a 1/4 inches, a little bit less than 1/4 will do. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this one out. Okay, so you are going to make sure you have a sharp knife and watch your finger. So I am actually going to create a window. So you must be a special friend for you to do that. See, you know what? The idea is not really complicated, but the result is make this card look so professional. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So I cut this window. Most of you probably already get it, right? So I am actually, and then if you're picky like me, use the eraser to erase that pencil line. Oops, accidentally break it. Happened, right? That's okay. We're going to just tape it. Okay, and then you are going to just screw it, make it like, I accidentally break it here, but that's okay because we're going to put tape. Is going to fix that problem. Okay. Now you get what I mean, right? We are going to glue back. So I am going to just put the double-sided tape here around it. Okay, and then we're going to glue that front page. So that's how I did that. Make sense? Okay, so we have 12 combo set, and then I am actually offer a great promotion now. So just make sure you check it out. You can save up to 49%. Okay, so here, just make sure you put okay, here is something, especially on the side. You are going to be careful. I want to show you a mistake I did. So I put all the glue, and here it actually showed. So when I'm working on this one, if you want to cut all 3 pieces out, you are going to put your glue is on the least card. Okay. So, but if you only do like a one side, that it doesn't matter because it's going to cover it. But if you want to cut the side one too, okay, make sure your double-sided tape is not the, you only put on your front card. Otherwise, if you put the whole double-sided, see here is sticky. You get what I'm trying to say? I think you know. Okay, so that's just put this one. Okay, so I just want to try some kind of different pattern here, like this one I cut all pieces, and that's really nice. But if you find you can, if you're making a frame not that important, just make a 2D card, don't even bother to cut it. But something important, you know, you can cut all 3, or you can just cut one. So totally after you. Okay, see, I accidentally break that card, but no big deal. I'm going to just mount it. Okay, and then I actually create the frame. Isn't that smart? Okay, so nobody will find out. So this is my, and then you can just stamping any kind of sentiment you like over there. So this is the one I cut all three, and if you look closely, they actually have one border. That's the border hold this piece, and this is the one that on the side I didn't cut it. So, and then this is the one just with a brown paper and the yellow cardstock, and then you can kind of play your direction, kind of rotate it. Especially if you watch the last tutorial, the B3, the dragonfly, you can do like a rotate 180 degree. It looks totally different. Okay, so that's my first Slimline car. How do you think? I hope you like it and pick up some tips, learn some tips from this tutorial, and that's pretty much about it. So this is the 6 of the 12 project, and if you like, make sure to give me a thumb up or share this awesome channel with your friend, and hopefully I am going to see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. This is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. See you next time. Bye.